Welcome to The Writer's Dream, a forum where authors are able to talk about how they write their books, how they publish them, and how they market them. It's also a place where you can go to see how a story becomes a book. If you have a question for The Writer's Dream, I suggest that you go on our Facebook page by that very same name, The Writer's Dream, and post your question there, and we will attempt to answer it. Today our guest is Ranya Malouf, and Ranya Malouf is the author of Bluefish's Secret Wish. And she also has a background in mass communication. She comes from Jordan, and she has a very, very interesting story to tell. So tell us about your book, Ranya.
First, thank you very much for having me here.
Oh, you're welcome.
I really appreciate it. It's nice to be able to talk about my book. My book basically is about a bluefish that she dreams of having wings. She wants to fly up high, to the sky. Her dream is unusual for a fish, and in the beginning, she thinks it will be extremely difficult for her to make it come true. It will be impossible how a fish could ever fly. And then one day, a magical fisherman comes to her, and he grants her the wings that she always dreamed about. And when he grants her the wings, the bluefish was able to fly, but she couldn't fly very high, up to the sky. And then, and she started to doubt herself, doubt her ability to be able to make her dream come true. And she doubts the strength of the wings that the fisherman granted to her. Then a butterfly, her name is Yara, comes to the bluefish Sarah, I called her Sarah, and she tells her, listen, there is nothing wrong with your wings. You just have faith in yourself and keep trying, and your wish will come true. So my book, I wrote this book to just spread very important message to everyone, to children and to adults in this world, that nothing is impossible to reach. If you have a dream, you just go for it. You just have faith in yourself and just keep trying. And I'm in putting here the magical fisherman in the story, just to represent that people give us opportunities in life. People open the doors for us. But also it's not enough. We have to work on ourselves. And the butterfly in my book represent the encouragement and the support we receive from our family, from our friends, when we start to doubt ourselves that we can't really do what we want to do, And this is the book.
There's a story behind why you named the fish Sarah, isn't there?
Yes. My book was inspired by my cousin Sarah, who was diagnosed with the brain cancer when she was 2 years old.
Boy.
Sarah is doing great now. She's 14 years old. She's in the high school. She's really doing great. And my whole book was inspired by Sarah because I always, Sarah's positive attitudes toward life and her determination that she wants to get better really motivated me and inspired me to create my children's book. And also, I'm using my book as a tool to help children with cancer. My whole project, I worked on this book, I created it just because I was always thinking of a way, how can I help children to live a healthy life like all of us do. And my book is the tool that I'm using to help children with cancer financially, because my proceeds of the sales of my book, they go towards St. Jude here in the States. And I'm originally from Jordan, so when I go to Jordan, I do some events, participate in some events. I also donate the proceeds to Children with Cancer Foundations in Jordan.
Now, there's a family connection there between St. Jude's Hospital and you, isn't there?
Yes, actually, I found out that the founder of St. Jude is from Malouf family. Oh. And they are from Lebanon, from Malouf family in Lebanon.
Now, when you say that the book helps you to raise money for St. Jude's Hospital, so many authors do this. So many authors will either do an event for a charity, or they will donate proceeds from their books to charities. How do you work that? Do you donate the proceeds, or?
I donate everything. once if people invite me to participate in fundraising event or book signing event, doesn't have to be fundraising, the proceeds, the profit from my book, I donated to St. Jude, and also I'm donating for life. 5% of my annual royalties for life, as long as there is a book on the shelf. I'm donating to St. Jude and other children's foundations. Like last month, I was supposed to go to Canada to participate in an event for Childhood Cancer Foundation in Canada, because I also wanted, to donate to them. And I couldn't go to Canada, but I called them. I said, can I send you my books and you sell them in your event and you just keep the proceeds? And they were very happy about it.
Sure.
I mailed them the books and they sold them all the copies I sent. And, they kept the proceeds, and also they loved the message in the book, and they loved that it was inspired by my cousin. And they asked me if they can keep few copies to actually give them to the kids that were diagnosed with cancer recently. Yeah, they wanted to inspire them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it's an inspiring story. Before we go any further, though, can I read from the book?
Yeah, sure.
Because the book is beautifully illustrated. Do you want to say something about the illustrator?
Yeah, he's amazing. His name is Bob Stumer. He was actually one of the teachers in the college I went to here in Long Island.
Yeah. Just then a butterfly flew up to Sarah. "Hello, Sarah," the butterfly said. "My name is Yara. The wizard asked me to give you a message. He knows you want to fly up high, but cannot." "I tried for a while, but I couldn't do it," said Sarah sadly. "The secret to having your dream come true," Yara said, "is to believe in yourself and keep trying." Feeling a little sorry for herself, Sarah said, "I think it's my wings. Maybe they're not large enough." "That is not the problem," Yara said. "Have faith in yourself, and you will find your wings are strong enough. Believe in your wish, and it will happen." Sarah did her best to follow Yara's advice. She tried and kept trying, and she flapped and flapped her wings. She promised herself that she would never give up. Sarah flapped and flapped. There's Sarah flapping. Suddenly, Sarah felt herself rise up and up towards the clouds where the birds talked and laughed. She joked with the gulls and chatted with the pelicans. Then she looked into the far distance and smiled. And that's a little blue fish that was able to fly.
Yes.
And yes, it's a very sweet story. So, you come from Jordan. Mm-hmm. Did you publish a book in Jordan?
No, I published it through a publisher in Cyprus, actually.
In Cyprus?
Yeah.
And was that through a connection in Jordan or through?
No, actually through my editor.
Okay.
Yeah, when I wrote my story, I started working on it in 2008, and then I finally signed a contract with the publisher in 2010. Mm-hmm. But through these 2 years, I went, through a long process between writing the story and finding the right editor, to work on it for me. And my editor, I hired many editors because I didn't really. So many people call themselves editors, but they are really not, the right ones to work on your book. Mm-hmm. So I was very lucky to find my editor finally. Her name is Maria. And Maria told me, Rania, I know this publisher that she works with. And she said, why don't you send her the manuscript? Maybe she will be interested in it. And I did send it to her. And Nora, she loved it. Their name is Rimal Publications in Cyprus.
Now, was your problem with the editor more from the standpoint that they didn't really know how to put a children's book together?
I just didn't. I thought I was doing much better job than them.
Oh.
And and then I finally found this editor that she was really amazing, and she understood, because sometimes it's difficult to find. You need to find someone who understands you.
That's true.
Someone
wants to
who
know
knows
what you want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I was very interested to see that you had a publishing company in Cyprus. Now, do they distribute worldwide?
Yes, my book is distributed worldwide. Like, it's in Canada, it's in the States, it's in the Middle East also, it's in Greece, it's in the UK. So it's all over the world, my book.
That's
but,
great.
But actually, you know, the same week when I received a contract from this publisher, I did receive another contract from big publishing company in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, but I chosen to work with this publisher because I wanted my book to go to the Middle East.
Yeah, I can understand that. Now, are you in ebook format? Do you have ebook? Is your book in ebook?
Yes,
in
it's
ebook
going
format?
to be very soon an ebook. I already signed the contract. I already submitted the book, and it's going to be, I think, in a few days in an ebook format. What happened that I met an author. I'm a member of Long Island Authors Group.
As am I.
Yeah, and I met this author that happens that he works for
Tom.
Tom. He works for an e-publishing company.
He was on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did tell me, Ranya, why don't you have your book as an ebook version? And I always wanted to do that, but I thought, I didn't know that it will be really easy to do something like this. I thought it will be a complicated process. So I put him in touch with my publisher because I have a publisher. I can't just do it on my own. Then my publisher, because she was very, very nice. She said, you know, Ranya, I support you 100% on the project you are trying to do, on my cause, because she, you know, and giving back and that I'm supporting children with cancer. So she said, I'm going to revert all the rights. I'm going to give them to you. And you keep all the proceeds of the ebook so I can donate them to children with cancer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so
That's
in a few
wonderful.
days, my book should be available in ebook version.
Now, I've done the same thing, but it's distributed, but it's not marketed. What are your plans to market these books?
I'm doing all my best, actually, like TV interviews in newspapers, through social media, Facebook, Twitter. You know, I called, like a few months ago, I called Long Island newsletter. They wrote long article about me also. So I'm trying this way to market my book.
Well, you're a star in Jordan, though. Tell me about that experience. I went on YouTube and I saw your interviews in Jordan, and they were beautiful. All I understood was Ranya Malouf because they were in Arabic. But I really do, anyone who's watching the show, I urge you to go on YouTube and search Ranya Malouf, because she does have, I think it's three videos, whatever you want to call them, DVDs, and it's part 1, part 2, part 3, about the children in the hospitals. Yes. That she is supporting, and it's really quite beautiful. But tell us about what it's like to do Jordanian TV.
Actually, what happened with me in Jordan, it was a total coincidence. I wasn't expecting it at all. I just felt, I need to go to Jordan. This was in March of this year. I felt I need to go to Jordan to try to talk to the bookstores to see how my book is doing, and you know, just a trip.
Sure.
It was just a trip for me. And I was surprised with all the support I received from all the media over there, like major TV stations. I appeared on them, major newspapers, radio stations. I participated in many book signing events over there. People just loved what I'm doing, that I'm supporting children with cancer. I visited the Children's Foundation, with Cancer Foundation, twice there. I found someone, he's kind of my relative, like faraway relationship, but he does puppet shows, and he volunteered actually to be with me in my events and to do a puppet show to talk about the story, because sometimes, you know, just to have the kids sit and you read the book for them, it's not as entertaining as when you have a puppet talk about the story, you know. And I found a singer that he volunteered also to compose a song for me. So we actually told the story in a song format in the events. He wrote the lyrics, he wrote the music, everything, and we found also singers that volunteered on singing the song, you know, the story. So what happened with me in Jordan, it was overwhelming. I was very happy, you know. I went there just to see how my book is doing, and suddenly I found all this support. People called me, you know, someone actually, I will tell you, like see here, I brought one of my newspapers. You see, they put like, this is in Arabic.
Front of you.
I'm sorry?
Just hold it in front of you, and then they can, yeah, there you go, just in front of you. And then
Like this?
there you go.
Yeah.
And now you can point to it.
Okay. See, this is big article also, it's in Arabic. But
Right.
someone read this article in the newspaper when I was in Jordan. And he called me, that person I didn't know. He said, Ranya, I read the article about you in the newspaper, and I just want to tell you we are very proud of you and what you are doing. And he said he has a child that is also ill, he has cancer. And this person asked to meet with me. And I said, okay. I was very happy to receive his phone call. And I went to the bookstore to meet with him. He wanted to purchase a few copies also. When I arrived there, I was so surprised with the most precious gift I have ever received in my entire life. His child made this handmade gift for me.
So
Okay?
hold it that way, yeah.
On this side, you will see, it's a black board that hardly has any colors in it. And it has a message, our world without people like Ranya Malouf. It's not Ranya, it's not me. It's about what I'm trying to do, because they want people to do what I'm trying to do, just to help. They want people to think of others. We don't want to be, you know, to live in this selfish world that all we care about is ourselves.
That's right.
And the other side of the board, you see it's white, very bright colors in it, and it says, our world with people like Ranya Malouf.
That's
so
beautiful.
How our world will be when we help each other and when we take care of each other.
And when you receive a gift like that, it
means the world to me. This
it
gift.
means the world, and it also makes you want to do more.
Yes, I want to do more. And actually, because of this, and because of this gift, and because of what happened with me in my trip to Jordan, I start to think that I want to do a musical children's play.
A musical children's
Yeah,
play.
like something like Broadway shows you see here, but I want to do it in the Middle East because I did write part 2. It's a sequel for this
So
book.
you're writing a part 2, another book.
Yes, I did write it, and now I'm planning on publishing it soon. And because everyone who read my book, you know, people loved it so much, and everyone asked me, is there going to be part 2? We want to know what happens with the bluefish after she had her, you know, dream come true, her wish. So this is what I did. I finished writing part 2, and part 2 is basically talking about the bluefish that she traveled all over the world. And one day she met a girl, her name is Isabel, that she wishes to become a ballerina, okay? But while Isabel was practicing dancing, she injures herself to the point that she can't walk ever again, you know. And Isabel, her parents don't have much money, and she needs to have an operation. So in the book, it shows how a bluefish, okay, convince the other girls, because there are 3 girls in the story, that we should do something. We should raise money to help Isabel, to raise money for her procedure, you know, for her to get better, and then to make her dream come true. And the second message in my book, it's telling us that we all can make a difference in this world if we are willing to work together as a team, if we are willing to put our hands together. It says that unity, love, and care are not just words, but the tools that make us the best human beings ever.
That's true. Now, how are you going to convert this into a musical? Do you have anyone who's interested?
I did actually. I did contact a director that is specialized in musical plays. He's in Lebanon. And we worked on all the plan, the marketing plan, the project plan, and I did write the script for the play.
Oh, good.
And now we are trying to find partners, you know, people who
Backers
would,
who provide money.
Yeah, who would help us, fund us financially,
Sure.
so we can do it and have it, you know, done in the Middle East. Because for me, the musical play, parts of the proceeds also, I want to use it to help children with cancer.
Certainly, sure.
Okay, and other part, I want to spread this word that we should work together. We should not be selfish. We should love each other. We should take care of each other. It doesn't matter if wherever we live in this world, we all should be one hand. It's not just talk about peace and doing nothing. So I thought of having my children's musical play. It's another tool to convey this message.
Well, I think people like you who do this and who try to convey this message, I really think it's working, because I know so many children and young people, young adults, who are very much into fundraising, from car washes to selling lemonade on the corner. And so many of them, it's not, the money doesn't just go in their pocket. They do it for a cause. And I think this is something that's becoming more and more popular. And certainly in Jordan, you have the perfect storm, because you're a celebrity there now. You have the book, you have the TV shows, you have articles in newspapers. They buy your book. You have family connections with St. Jude's Hospital. It's really perfect. And if you tried to do it here, it would be so much more expensive, so much more complicated.
It is.
And also, you're not a star here the way you are in Jordan, because there's so much competition here. I was told by someone in my publishing house that I was complaining about not being able to get a book event in a Barnes & Noble's here on Long Island. And he said, well, if you were here in Bloomington, Indiana, you would have no trouble at all.
Yeah.
He said, but there's so much competition on Long Island, and there really is.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, it's true. But I actually did meet an art director that she is specialized also in musical plays here in New York. And she did give me a name. I have to go to the city and watch a show, like for musical plays.
Right.
There is a production company there that they might be interested in taking my manuscript, the script for the play, and we can work together for them to create the musical play also here in the States. So I'm not limiting myself just with the Middle East.
Well, doors will open.
Doors will open, yeah. I want to start, and then I will expand.
You did tell me about a project you have with a puppeteer.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about that one.
The puppet show?
Yeah, the puppet show.
Where, here or?
Here.
Here, yeah. We just actually, because of my experience in Jordan with the puppet show, and I saw how much the kids loved it.
Oh, kids love
you know,
puppets.
and it's very easy for the kids to understand the story and to learn it, you know, through a puppet show.
Sure.
So I did actually, in one of my meetings at Long Island Authors Group, I suggested that we use puppet show to tell our children's book stories. And they loved the idea, and we recently met with someone here on Long Island. He's a very professional person that is experienced in doing puppet shows. And now we are planning, as Long Island Authors Group, to do a puppet show that will tell our stories, all our children's book stories. It's like a story land, it will be, and he will go from one story to another to
Well,
tell
I'm
our
doing a
stories.
fundraiser in the fall. I think the fall or next spring. I'm not sure about the date. I would love to include that. I think that would be really a wonderful draw.
Yeah, I think, and this person is very experienced in this field, and he also suggests that we can do in the future. He does movies using puppet shows.
Okay.
So I'm thinking also, you know, to do a movie using the puppets to tell the stories about my part 1 and part 2 of the book.
I think it's a wonderful idea. And have you ever even thought about animation?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I think that I don't know. I wouldn't know the first thing about it, but
My husband.
keep me posted.
Yeah, actually, my husband is very interested in helping me in doing animation, but we are waiting for the part 2 of the book to get published, and then
Sure,
we will
because
do
it's
the
a more
animation.
complete story.
Yeah, more complete
Certainly.
story it will be.
Yes. Well, what's the most right now for you the most challenging thing that you face with the books, with your projects?
Marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing. Yeah.
Everyone says the same thing.
I'm
It's
trying
always
my
marketing.
best. Yeah, marketing,
Yes.
especially when you don't have the funds to really go and spend, you know.
That's right.
So-
I know. I spend, every year I spend much more money on marketing than I make from the books, and I wonder about it. But yeah, marketing is the issue. But I think I'm going to move to Jordan.
You're welcome to.
So, what's the most important thing you would like to leave the viewers with? What's your most important message? I know you've said really a lot of important things, but what would you like to say about?
I would like to say something about the book.
Yes, go ahead.
Bluefish's Secret Wish, yes, it's a picture book. It's a children's book. But the message in it is very important for both children and for adults. Like for me as Ranya, I'm like any other person in this world. I have goals, I have dreams I want to reach, but I always find myself faced with so many challenges, so many obstacles in life that at times I feel like giving up. Whenever I reach to that point, I grab my book and read it, just to remind myself that of the bluefish, how she was able to reach her goal, although she thought it would be impossible to reach. And what I like to say that my book is very inspiring, you know.
It is.
It is very inspiring, and I think, you know, even it will make very good tool for everyone just to read it, just to get inspired, because I feel like everyone in this life has a role, has a message to deliver, and my role in this life, I feel, is to spread this very important message that please don't give up on your dreams. Please, you know, have faith in yourself, and you will reach it.
The best of luck to you, Ranya.
Thank you so much.
I expect to hear very much, and someday I'm going to visit Jordan.
You are most welcome. You will love it.
Maybe I'll become a star.
Yes, you will.